Weekly Message, Sunday, January 3rd, 2010. Your New Year's Resolution. Note, for those who are new to my weekly messages, many of the concepts I write about are discussed in my book, Brain Drain. Although you don't have to read the book to benefit from my writing, it is my belief that it would help you greatly. You can purchase it at www.charlesglassmanmd.com, in my medical office, or at Pickwick Books in Nyack, New York. The new year is a time of great expectation. Often, though, as our lives evolve and disappointments accumulate, our expectations lose steam. Backed by questionable evidence, our brain, our automatic brain, solidifies its nerve cell connections to persuade us that our New Year's resolutions are merely pipe dreams. As long as we remain in a comfortable, safe, and familiar place, this brain may remain relatively quiet. However, if our expectations and later behavior reach beyond what is comfortable for us, our automatic brain goes on a wild data search, manipulating the data to do whatever it takes to move us back into our safe nest. Why should I be writing about this stuff? After all, I am a general internist. Shouldn't I be giving conventional health advice, like how to lower your cholesterol, or what medications are useful for high blood pressure? Since the automatic brain, AB, affects just about everything we do or think about, including our health, for me not to consider these things would be to leave out an important part of my responsibility. The fact is that everyone, including myself and my patients, possesses an AB, which is incessantly on the prowl, consciously and subconsciously, for signs of danger. Danger for everyone is different, but the response is the same: fight or flight. The fight often shows itself in the form of anger, rage, aggression, anxiety, even envy, and the flight often takes the form of withdrawal, depression, and passivity. In this week's message, I'll focus on the subtle intrusion of the AB on our New Year's optimism and sense of well-being. As I wrote in my book, the AB is nothing and does nothing without a danger trigger, that imaginary switch that's flipped on when it detects danger. Unfortunately, it is usually the default switch to many of our experiences. Most danger triggers are learned before we reach the age of 12. Some are instinctive, passed along through thousands of years in our DNA, while others are acquired in our early childhood environment. Major triggers are generally associated with money. Too much or too little can be dangerous to the AB. Relationships, not being involved or being involved. Children, acting as vehicles for our own AB to bolster our status. And health, including sickness or the threat of pain and suffering. The breakdown goes like this: money as a trigger, since that is what buys food, clothing, and shelter, hence protection. Relationships as a trigger, because a lack of love signals danger. Health as a trigger, as the lack of it could mean vulnerability, weakness, subservience to another. And children as a powerful trigger, because our children are extensions of our own DNA. And to the AB, they are our ticket to immortality. Once triggered, the AB goes on a frenzy to fight or flee the danger and bring us back to safety. This frenzy is often on a subconscious level, and I believe may cause confusion or even headaches. Once the process has begun, everything seems dangerous and confusing or clouded thought. A second wave of AB firepower in an attempt to push you to fight or flee for safety. So as you set your New Year expectations, be aware that any resolution you make is likely to move you out of your comfort zone and trigger your AB, as it churns up uncomfortable thoughts and physical symptoms. Once that starts, minor danger triggers work aggressively in the AB to get you out of what it sees as harm's way. You may find the minor danger trigger of the AB popping up during conversations with people who have something you wish you had, the one-up trigger, or when deciding where to go for dinner, or worrying about what people think about you, or even wondering whether to start writing weekly messages again. I wonder whose danger trigger that is. The AB has only one purpose: to protect you from danger. All those minor triggers that drive you crazy with pop-in thoughts, I call them zingers, are simply a mechanism evolved over thousands of years by this primitive brain to be a 24/7 protective mechanism. The AB needs to enlist these triggers to prevent you from realizing your resolutions, sources of major danger. The resulting confusion and physical discomfort distract you from your purpose and prevent you from achieving what is right for you. Whew! Okay, now that you took a deep breath, understand that there is hope. The hope resides in the mind. Our mind knows what is right for us, and what is right for us is always abundance, physical abundance and spiritual abundance. The available amount of each is different for all, but is always enough. To tap into the power of your mind and thus to attract what is right for you, I suggest daily meditation or prayer. If you believe in God, resist asking God to do things for you. Practice believing 100% that God has bestowed on you a mind capable of bringing you what is right for you. If you'd like to try meditation, I describe a sample meditative technique in my book. To control the incessant chatter of the AB and keep yourself focused on your life's purpose, I suggest positive affirmations. Don't worry if they're greeted by the negative voice of the AB. For example, your mind may generate the affirmative thought, "I am unique and special," and the AB retorts, "No, you're not." Or the mind may affirm, "I am smart and clever," only to have your AB chime in with the opposite. From the AB's perspective, for you to be unique and special, or smart and clever, puts you in a dangerous position. Your AB remembers the difficulty you had in reading in elementary school, or the bad grade you got on a spelling test in 5th grade. A technique I have found useful is to repeat the thought without waiting for the reaction of the AB. I am unique and special. I am unique and special. I am unique and special. Or, I am smart, I am smart, I am smart. Also, you can flesh it out. I am unique and special because I will always find a way, and a way will always find me. I am unique and special because I believe 100% in the power of my mind to bring me the abundance that is right for me. I am smart and clever because I do not measure or compare my abilities against the abilities of others. I am smart and clever enough to know what is right for me and my family. Your AB is always operating and will always be trying in its insidious way to protect you from your own resolution. As you set your sights on changes for 2010, believe, trust, and take direction from the power of your mind, which also is operating 24/7 and is constant, predictable, and always right. Through daily meditation and or prayer, and affirming your uniqueness, you will begin to break free of the AB and enjoy the possibilities and excitement that exist in the less traveled corners of your mind. Have a great week and a great new year. This is Dr. Charles Glassman.